be living out our dreams, and the whole world ours. Got the bosses in the team, we bust it down, don't need degree. Tryna build an empire, I separate my wants and needs. I'm put that way in Germany, and the price is getting higher. I'm peeping on my enemies.
Alright, y'all. Welcome back, man. And y'all in for a treat today, man. This is the 7th episode, 7th installment, 7th stage of TR3LAND. And like I said, y'all in for a treat today. We have a special guest that's calling in to the show for our 7th episode. And this guy is a 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year, 2-time state champion, former MSU sniper, drafted by the Sacramento Kings, and last year with the All-G League 3rd team. Welcome to the show, my friend and my brother, Robert Woodard II. All right, man. Rob, welcome to the show, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me on.
Appreciate you. Man, I know your time is limited, so I really just kind of want to just jump in straight into these questions. I guess the first one I wanted to ask is, what's the main difference that you, I guess, realized between the NBA and the college game, like basketball-wise?
Basketball-wise, I just have to say the pace of the game is so different. It's a lot faster as far as, going through plays or even just like fast breaks and stuff like that. Your reaction time has to be quicker because I feel like in college they slow the ball down a lot as far as setting up offense and defense and stuff like that. So that was the biggest adjustment for me coming in my first year.
Okay. And so like the pace is a lot more fast breaks. It's a lot more like up and down. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I noticed you've been like up and down between being called up from the league and the G League. What are some perks about the G League that people may not know about? Because I know like in years past, it kind of had like a negative light on it, but I feel like now it's getting more of like people are kind of looking at the G League a little bit in a better light.
Yeah, I can say the same. A while back, it had a bad, name to it or whatever. But honestly, the G League is great because a lot of guys get to get reps and stuff like that. So it's basically what it used to be called, the development league. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not getting all the reps, or if you need to get more reps, you can get assigned to the G League and something like that, and get a minute and get your flow going and find your rhythm.
Interesting. So this is one of the questions I really wanted to ask you. In your short NBA career, who is like the toughest person you've had to check or had to guard?
Honestly, it was nobody in the game. It was one of my old teammates my first year coming in. It was Jabari Parker.
I believe it, man. I believe he got some tricks in his bag. I believe it.
He is so cold, and he's a lot like faster and quicker than a lot of people realize.
Yeah.
Like he's quick, strong, he can shoot, handle it, and like we were playing ones every day after practice and stuff like that. And it took me almost a month to beat him.
Really?
It took me like a month.
That's crazy, man.
He's a real deal.
I believe it. I'm still a fan of him, but like I was a huge fan of him when he was like at Duke and stuff. But yeah,
oh, yeah.
I believe it. So I feel like I already kind of know the answer to this because I kind of keep up with you. But rookies and young guys, they kind of come in with a veteran that's supposed to, I guess, look out after them and like show them the ropes and like, I guess, show them how to be a professional and things like that. I feel like I know the answer to this, but who's yours? if you have one?
Honestly, I would say I have two. It started off as HB, Harrison Barnes.
That's who I had written down. Yep.
Yeah, he's a great bit. And then when Mo Harkless came on the team, he also became like a guide for me. So we shared a lot of knowledge with each other, back and forth between Harrison and Mo. So both of them are great guys, great influences, and know the game very well.
I was about to say, and I know you could, because Harrison Barnes got that ring with Golden State too, so I know he know a lot, and I always see him under your pictures too. That's the main reason, I guess, how I noticed it.
Yeah, he's a cool guy for sure.
Yeah. So we in the last two questions. Okay, so I already feel like you have like a good all-around game, right? But what's the main, I guess, aspect of your game you feel like you could improve on to like extend your minutes and extend your role on the Kings?
Well, the main thing I've been working on is just like the 3-and-D aspect of the game.
Right, they need that.
Yeah, and then in the future be able to branch off a little bit, but it's just all about bringing whatever the team needs. So I think for me was learning how to guard the 1 through 5 on a professional level.
Yeah.
So being just bitch on guys like Fox and like hold my own and stuff like that. And then when it comes to being, guarding the 5-man, just being able to stand my ground and, give like little bumps and stuff like that. Just learning techniques as a man and learning my angles. So I'll know like, okay, this is what I need to do. I guard certain people, but other than that, I feel like that was the main thing, just being able to knock down threes whenever I had the opportunity.
I can see that, man, because like I watch the NBA and it seems like if you can guard 1 through 5 and make the long ball, you're gonna play. Like, yeah. Okay, this is the last question, man. When did you know that you were going to the NBA? I know you probably always had like, the dream, I guess, but like when did it click like, okay, this happening?
Truthfully, I don't think I realized it until my sophomore year of college, like, okay, really happening.
Yeah.
High school, I had a chance, but I didn't know how big the chance was just because, like, being around basketball my whole life, like the AAU deal, like, you just see guys come and go all the time. Like, you'll see some of the top guys, they'll be at the top one day, and then,
you won't hear from them again, right?
Yeah. So it was like one of those situations where it's like, okay, the chance of me going to the NBA is like .001. You know what I'm saying? But in high school, I was just like, if I want to give myself a chance, I got to work at it and stuff like that. So I put the time in for it. And then, like, I just started realizing it, like, my second year of college, like, okay, it's really happening. Like, it's a little chatter, it's a little talk about, where and when I'll be picked up or projected to go. So I was like, let's take the wave and ride it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it was like, I feel like that game, it was like that game you went crazy on that road game. You had like 8 dunks in like one game. I feel like that's when your name started going crazy. Because I saw you on ESPN all week that week. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that was a crazy week for sure.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a lot of like young men, especially like where you're from, that like kind of inspire to go to the NBA, and maybe not the NBA, the NFL, and like kind of like want to get out of their city and like the environment and whatnot. What advice would you give them as far as like making it to the NBA or the NFL or something like that?
Truthfully, it's just like, I won't even just say the NBA. It's just with any like personal life goals or whatever you're trying to achieve in life. It's just all about the work. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it's a million other people who want to do the same thing that you want to do, or like have the same position that you have. And it's just all about how much you work on you, like the hours you put in. If you actually put in work instead of just like going there to just play around, you know what I'm saying?
I for real appreciate you for this, man. I know you got a team meeting coming up, and man, I can't even express how appreciative I am for you taking time to do this, bro.
Big family, it's all good.
I appreciate this, man. I'm for real. I'm gonna text you a little bit later. I know you gotta get somewhere, but I'm gonna text you a little bit later, bro.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's keep in contact, man. And then whenever I come back to Columbus, I should be back late February or something. We can chop it up something.
Okay, cool. Bet. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. All right. Take it easy.
You too, bro.
All right.
And that was Robert Woodard II. Man, that was crazy. All right, so y'all, episode 7, and y'all know I have to talk about my Lakers. And to keep it a buck with y'all, this is probably the second best game I've seen us play from start to finish. Now, granted, we were playing a hobbled Brooklyn Nets team. They were missing more than their key stars. Missing a key role player in Joe Harris too. Of course, Kyrie Irving, KD. But we're at the point in the season where like we need to get all the wins we can get, whether that's on hobbled teams, good teams, bad, and as when being a real fan, I'm just looking at the improvement. I'm really not looking at the opponent, especially at the spot that we're in right now. So I'm really just looking for like improvement every game and like little like good sparks. That's what I'm looking at. Like I don't really look at. Of course, I look at the final score. I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't look at the final score. But you know, just like improvement every game. So that's why I really get beneath myself with these boys, because you know they'll show signs and flashes, and then we'll go 20 steps back for like 3 games. And I feel like that's why we can never make leeway. But we ended up beating the Brooklyn Nets 106-96. This was Anthony Davis' first game back, and he only had 8 points, but his presence was definitely felt out there. He was definitely turning away ball penetrators, making people think twice about going into the paint. And the main reason for that, he started, first quarter, he started off with 3 blocks. So, like, just that intimidation factor right there of, like, okay, he's going to get blocks and, like, send your shot out of bounds, and made people think twice about maybe penetrating and just going and just attacking our middle. But, yeah, his presence was definitely felt. And, like, of course, it's just another body to – I mean, he only had – he has to do better with these rebounds. He only had 2 rebounds, but, you know, it's just another body in there. He's a defensive specialist. And that's the main improvement he's going to give us. He's going to slowly work back into his regular offensive form, but that's really the main thing he's going to give us. Another thing that I saw, Russ was okay tonight. He didn't force too much. I felt like the opportunities he got, he should have attacked. I liked Russ today. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too little. Of course, I'm gonna want a little bit more than 15 points, but just bear with him. I can take 15, 6 and 4 off 7 and 14 shooting. Like I can take that. Like I said, I'm really just seeking improvement. The king was the king. Man, it was some stretches in that game, and like I guess that's the main difference that I see, like growing up watching the Lakers and seeing Kobe play and seeing LeBron play, because it was like a couple times during the game when LeBron was on fire, right? Like I know it was a point in the third quarter, he had made like 3 jump shots from the same mid-post area, same move, just one jab up and swish, and like, you know, growing up watching Kobe, you think once he sees about 3 or 4 jump shots going in, it's going to be a while before anybody else, you know, touches the ball. But, you know, he's all about the right play. He's like a computer. He's a basketball computer. So, like, whatever the right play is on that possession, that's the one he's going to make. You know, and you got to love him for that, too. But he had a great all-around game. 33, 6 and 7. I think this is like his 19th straight game with over 26 points. He says he doesn't plan on slowing down. Austin Reeves, like I said, he was a plus 13 and a plus minus today. It's not really going to show up what he does. You have to watch the games. Like, just good things happen when he's in. Like, those little 50-50 balls, he gets all of them. Like, he had 4 offensive rebounds. I swear it seemed like he had like 6 or 7. Like, every single little bouncy ball that it seemed like a big man couldn't get to, he was on top of, man. And he just gives us extra chances. It's not really a secret that he's been amongst our team leaders in plus minus this year. Monk was amazing again today. When he plays, he produces. I don't know what changed amongst like these last couple weeks. Like, he was playing amazing, and then he just got benched randomly and his stats went down. But when he plays, he produces. 22 points. He was second in plus minus on our team behind Melo. Melo had 13 points. But yeah, man, we just had a solid day today, man. We were 10 for 10 for free throws. That's a never. We never shoot 100% from the free throw line. That's another game breaker right there. And as far as like what I saw, I didn't really see too much from the Nets. Harden was, regular Harden. Like, it was basically what I expected with him not having to defer. Knew he was going to have his hands on the ball a lot, which means he was going to be flirting with a triple-double. He was going to be right under the goal. Like, if they double, hitting the assist, hitting the roll guy, hitting the dump guy, hitting the guy in the dunker spot, and, picking his spots, kind of like old Houston Harden. And I'm not trying to downplay this performance because he played amazing. But it's crazy because he had a triple-double, 33, 12, and 11, but he was still a minus 12 and a plus minus. So, like, you could take that wherever you want to take it. He had the best stats on the team by far, but he had the worst plus minus. So, yeah, you just take that where you want to take it. And, yeah, I think that's about it for the Lakers game. Okay, I talked to Rob earlier today. I'm sure he doesn't want me to cover this game, but we have to. The Kings got mounted by the Celtics, 75-128. From the looks of it, it's just like, it just never was a contest. Huge games from Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They both had 30. Jason Tatum, 36 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 7 for 14 from the three-point line, which is great. Once he starts shooting the three officially, it gets scary because he's already 6'10". He's already a great drive threat. He has a great mid-range shot. When that three ball is like efficient, it's not like he's taking a bunch of them and only making a couple. Like, when it's efficient, like he's around like 40%, it gets scary. And same thing with Jaylen Brown. He was 5 for 12 from the three-point line. We'll take that. 11 for 19 from the field. And, yeah, I guess I didn't really watch the game, but from the looks of it, yeah, the Celtics shot 20 of 45 from the three-point line, and the Kings shot 6 for 33, 18%. So, like, yeah, that'll do it. That'll definitely do it. Those threes add up. And, yeah, the Kings must have just been out of it tonight. They'll bounce back. And that happens. You catch a team on a back-to-back, and the other team may have been resting, and practicing and preparing for you this whole time, and that's, how you get games like that, or, the Kings just may not just had it tonight, but, those games happen in the league. But there were other games on tonight. The Hornets and the Raptors. The Raptors edged out the Hornets 125-113. I'm gonna be keeping my eye on the Hornets a lot like how I'm doing the Grizzlies, man, because I just see a lot of young talent on that team, and I just feel like once they bring it together, it's gonna be scary. The kid from UConn, James Bouknight. I want y'all to remember that name. The kid can flat out play. I don't understand why he doesn't play. Okay, he played 29 minutes today, had 18 points. I promise, me and my friend Malik, we were just having a conversation about this kid earlier today, about why he doesn't play more, because every time I see him play, he's on ESPN. He shows like great flashes. He can shoot it, he can dribble, he can pass, penetrate. Like, he has a great all-around game. He's just a rookie. It's gonna take a minute for him to learn the NBA game. And he's from UConn, a UConn guard. Like, they have a pedigree over there. But yeah, he had 18. LaMelo had 25, 7 and 3. We love that. 12 for Plumlee, 22 for Bridges. Let's see what the Raptors are talking about. How's Siakam been doing this season? I haven't really been checking in on him. It can't be anything too crazy. But he had a great game tonight, 24, 12, and 9. OG Anunoby, 24, 7, and 5. That's solid from a role player. That's more than solid from your role player. Gary Trent Jr., 32 points, 5 for 10 for the three-point line. That could have been a difference right there. We just have unexpected guys going for 30 that you didn't really prepare for on the scout report. That can definitely be the difference in the game. But there were definitely other games on tonight. It's halftime of the Warriors and Mavs game. I really wanted to wait till this game was over to start recording, but time constraint. But Luka is slowly getting back into his form, man. He's slowly, like, I was worried about him. Not worried, but I was asking about him, basically, like, what's up with Luka? He's putting up great numbers, but like, for his standards and for his expectations, they're a little down. And I was trying to see what was up with that, because it had been a few months, but it looks like he's slowly getting back in form, and the Mavs are stacking some wins together as of late. I think they have the 3rd best ranked defense right now, and like, looking at their roster, I can see how, like, with Finney-Smith, Porzingis, Brunson, Hardaway Jr., Bolick, this Green guy that comes off the bench, they just got a lot of wings that can switch. And Porzingis being that anchor down low, and he's definitely an anchor, makes sense why they've been getting wins. But the Warriors are up 63-51 right now. Luka has 21 at the half, 6 rebounds. Looks like he's gonna need a lot more help from his teammates. Tim Hardaway's trying to give him a little help. But yeah, he needs more from Porzingis, man. Especially with a team like the Warriors, like with no Wiseman, who's like the opposing threat that's keeping you from, getting to the free throw line, like zero free throws, things like that. But Porzingis has been having a good season, so I don't want to, be on him too bad. But the Warriors, Clay and Curry both have 11 points. That's what I'm saying. It may be something scary to where Curry and Clay both find their rhythm at the same time. And once that happens, I don't really need to say what's going to happen, but the league needs to watch out. Everybody wants to talk about, Wiseman and like, he's going to be a great addition, but it's going to take a minute for him to be that piece that everybody thinks he's going to be. Especially with all this time out, like, by the time he comes back, it's going to be late in the season. It's going to take probably a couple weeks for him to get used to the NBA game, and then boom, it's going to be ready for playoffs. Like, is he that guy, to be that big man that they really need to get boards, block shots, and be that force to put them over the hump? Which, I guess the main point that I'm getting at is that for a lot of these teams, they're not going to need James Wiseman. Once those two guys start getting it going, they got enough other guys that can either put it in the goal, pass, dribble, or shoot to beat just about 98% of the league. So, but let me see. Trying to see. I think that's all the games I wanted to cover tonight. It was some other topics that I wanted to talk about, but I think I'm gonna save that for episode 8. And I'm probably gonna drop episode 8 either tomorrow night or Thursday morning. So be looking forward to that. It's more, like I said, it's more interviews on the way. And I hope y'all enjoyed this one. This is the 7th episode of TR3LAND, man. It's your host, Trey Corleone. And I want to thank y'all again for subscribing. Thank y'all for keeping up with me and supporting me and giving me this push to keep going, man. And we out.
We bust it down, don't need degree. Tryna build an empire. I separate my wants and needs. I'm put that way in Germany, and the price is getting higher. I'm peeping on my frenemies. That little whole shit, it don't mean nothing to me. All that hate while you ain't tired. Ain't gonna got a preference. She eat that dick for breakfast. You see I'm interested. I wanna fuck your best friend. I'm killing her with perfection and got